Hey guys, Rogue Serenity here. Michael,
I'm back.
Sarin, she's a member that hasn't been
The
in
the
in a
the
video
one
yet.
official member who has not yet appeared now makes her debut.
And then our special guest, Tyler.
Hello,
Okay,
what's going
so
on?
we're back doing the podcast of idiots once again.
Eh, very
Um,
stilted of an intro.
yeah, exactly. So we're doing another four questions today. The last question of today is going to be a secret until the very end of the podcast or near the end of the podcast. So our first question today is going to be the best Konami game. In this one, Michael and Saren will be sitting out because
Neither of us play Konami
they don't play
games.
Konami
Yeah.
games. So this one's gonna be me and Tyler. We're gonna be doing it in 15-minute intervals as we have
As we
done
did last
before.
time.
Yes, like we did before. So Tyler, I'm gonna let you start out.
Oh, okay. All right. The game I chose was Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. This game came out 2004 for the PlayStation 2, and it's probably the best game ever. I'm gonna put that out there. Not just the best Konami game, but probably one of the best stealth games ever. And like a good contender for like one of the best games like ever made. It doesn't just have good game mechanics. It has a great story, and it is probably one of Hideo Kojima's best works regarding the Metal Gear franchise, and like anything Konami has made. I do see some flaws with it, but the pros heavily outweigh the cons, and like I'm just really happy like I got to play this game because it's just so phenomenal of a game, and I just the way like they throw you into it, it's really a head spin if you think about it. If you played the first two, you're not playing as the original Solid Snake. You're playing as Naked Snake, also known as Big Boss, and it's really weird not being in the normal timeline with the regular weapons you have. You have to go back and you got weapons from like older times, so you gotta adapt to that. You gotta adapt to there's no radar, so you gotta adapt to the sonar and stuff like that. So it really does hinder your capabilities sneaking around and not knowing what's around the corner. But I feel like that's the fun of it. You have like different camouflages to help you out, and then like the boss battles. These boss battles are great, and they're very different. I guess like you have the fear, you got the sorrow, you got like Ocelot. He's a boss. You got like the boss, her for the final battle, but like all these battles have their own I guess you could say
Personality.
yeah, personality. There's something to it like the fear. He's a spider basically, a legit Spider-Man with a crossbow. You got like the pain. He is what is he? He's the bee guy, and he has like hornets that chase you around. You got the end, and he's a really old sniper that uh is like bonded with nature, and he uses nature uh as his advantage to sneak around the map and snipe at you. And like they're all very fun and very challenging in their own ways, and you have to outsmart them, uh, and you have to use everything in your arsenal to take them down, which I feel is pretty fun. And you got to find that one weakness. Like for the fear, it's night vision goggles, so you can see his every move because he goes invisible, and it's just really like fun. And the story is just it will confuse you if you like play it after the first two, but if you play it first and then play it like it goes three, Peacemaker, or five, and then one, two. If you play it like that, then you'll understand the story more. But Metal Gear Solid 3 is just great. Colton, you can
Okay,
go.
alright, so my choice has to be Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And this game is regarded as one of the best, or like, not even one of the best 2D game ever made, as well as the best Castlevania ever made. With the tight controllers, with the tight controls, and this game being a throwback to 2D platformers when, in this time in 97 to 99, they were trying to innovate the 3D technology. This game came out for the PlayStation 1 and was later put on the PSN or the PSN network on the PlayStation 3 as well as on the PSP as well as the Xbox Live Arcade. But the story in this game is quite deep. It begins with a flashback as where you kill Count Dracula as Richter Belmont. After that, you play as Alucard, the son of Dracula. It kind of lazy writing, putting Alucard as the name because what's Dracula backwards? Alucard. But who tries to stop the recent activities at the castle of Dracula. Alucard is a pure guy and tries to stop everything. Dracula tries to as well. You'll meet Mariah, a young girl who tries to find her friend Richter. She also helps you defeat some bosses enough. Yeah, so Castlevania, the gameplay is a mixture between a 2D and an RPG. Normal combat, just like all the other Castlevania games involving whips and stuff like that. You attack enemies, and when they die, uh, they drop hearts. These hearts let you do special attacks. And when you pick up items, you can time stop, knife, axe. These items will appear right when you need them when you're fighting a certain boss, and has very many references and throwbacks to the older Castlevanias that make them so great, combining all the really tech controls from Super Castlevania 4, the really fun bosses of Castlevania 1, and I'd just like to go out and say way better way better than the two other Castlevania games that were made that year. The one for the two for the Nintendo 64, which were absolute ass. This one stands out among the greatest games of all time.
Well, I'm gonna have to say Snake as a character, like the whole like sense of this is that the world is on the brink of nuclear war. It's in the middle of the Cold War, probably like the scariest time for America and like even the Soviet Union, and it's up to Snake to stop this. And like I don't know what scares you, but like one of my fears is getting like nuked. Like nobody wants that. I know you don't want that. I bet Michael doesn't want that. Uh, Michael, do you want nuclear war?
I don't think anyone wants nuclear war unless you want a real life Fallout situation in which I don't think anyone's happy in that situation.
Yeah. So it just kind of like shows you that like Snake is a real guy too, and he needs this and he wants to help anyone out, and he gets helped by Ava, a Chinese spy. We don't know that until the end. Sorry. No, but and Ocelot, he's there to help out. He's there to help out Snake, and everyone just wants to be there and stop the Russians because who's the perfect bad guys? Not Nazis, Russians. And but like Snake as a character, you feel him like he feels different than the Snake of the last two games. He's more he's I guess you could say more like newbie at this. This is his first big mission. He's done similar ones, but we are told that this is his first like super important one that he must do after he was trained with the boss and the boss left. So he just yeah feels like a rookie, but you see him grow, you see him lose his eye, you see him get his ass kicked multiple times by the boss. But you know what? Gets up and gets on fighting again. And then you see the boss, which is probably like the greatest villain in the game. She basically honey dicks the like Snake into coming there and beating him senseless, and then he gets put back into Russia to kill the boss, and it just shows you like that like Snake was no like super like the original Snake. He was the OG Snake, and he was there, and just to show you he wasn't like superhuman. He was just a regular guy. Sure, he had some elite military training, but at the end of the day, he was like a soldier, and he just wanted the best for everyone. And he was just thrown into a big mess with Cypher, the it was like it was like something to do with the philosophers. It's like some secret society, and he's just thrown into all of this, and then he becomes the big boss we know from all the Metal Gear games. And it's weird because he's portrayed as a hero, but in the end, we'll all know him as a villain. And I just really like that. And the story, it just Hideo Kojima makes it feel like maybe this actually happened back in the Cold War because the writing is great. He always Hideo Kojima always wanted to be a film director, and like these cutscenes, they may be long as hell, but boy are they good. Even though they're in some good PS2 graphics, but they just they're just some great story telling done by him. It's probably the best that he's done, and he'll probably ever do, and he'll only do with Konami because fuck Konami kicking that guy out.
All right, all
But
right, all
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Hey, I'm
good
All
gonna
choice.
right.
go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. So,
4
Symphony of
minutes.
yeah,
4 minutes.
Symphony of the Night goes back to the roots of Castlevania, with it revamping it being one of the most atmospheric game series out there. Symphony of the Night stands out in particular. The levels are beautifully detailed. If anyone's seen the cave levels with the darkened torture chambers covered with the shredded human body parts, to the elegant ballrooms and the gorgeous chapels. The music is phenomenal. A retake on the original Castlevania, with the remake of Bloody Tears being one of the greatest video game soundtrack songs of all time. With you getting so pumped up to hear Bloody Tears, right? With the crunching, the classical crunch of the organ giving its way into a fierce beat. As well, yeah. So as well as the great, damn, and as well as this game introduced a very new genre called Metroidvania. Metroidvania style is this was the first ever game in that genre. Um,
Subgenre. More accurate.
Subgenre. It took the straightforward stylings of past games and opened up to a very Super Metroid-ish way, where you could mostly go anywhere that you wanted to, provided that you have the right power up first. As well as this saved the 2D side-scrolling genre with all at the time in '97, with all these not propaganda but like signs showing that 2D gaming might be done as a whole. Like it might like be done because in that time, to be a good game, it had to be 3D. This changed that. When the new technology came out, it brought back its classic stylings. Because you've seen Castlevania does not work in 3D all the time. I can say that with Lords of the Shadow it did work, but with the rest, look at all the rest of them. All the rest of them are 2D. They didn't have to change the formula because it was so good every time. So.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I just want to say that Metal Gear, once you start up the game, the best part about Snake Eater is the Snake Eater theme song. It feels like you're in a
Yeah, it
James
feels like a
Bond.
James Bond
Yeah,
song.
you just walk in and it's like, what if we were? And it just like, yeah, it's really good.
Okay, I think we're just gonna close off this one.
Yeah.
We got a minute.
You guys kind of repeated stuff there, but
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. All right.
not too much to talk about there after your first
Yeah.
bits. All right.
Exactly.
Next is Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
Favorite MCU movie.
Yeah. So who wants to go first on that one?
I guess Colin, you can go if you want.
Saren, you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay, you
All
go.
right.
So has to be in the cinematic, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
cinematic.
So nothing made by Fox. So no Wolverine movie. So none of the Wolverine movies.
So
None of
like
the
no Deadpool.
no
No.
Deadpool.
No,
Okay, well,
no X-Men, no Spider-Man.
okay. Well, one of my favorite Marvel movies is Deadpool, just because of the humor. So just gonna get that out of the way. But like, I really love the all the Avengers movies and Civil War. I don't know why.
You gotta
Just
pick one.
pick one.
Pick
I
one.
can't.
Well, you have to.
I mean, I guess the first Avengers.
There you go.
Yeah, the first Avengers would be really good. Like, I don't know. It's like the story the actors are. The person who plays Natalie, I can't remember her.
The woman that played Black Widow.
Yeah,
Um,
I can't
yeah,
remember.
I can't remember her name either. Let me look it up.
Okay, but like,
I know
I
people
loved her
are
acting.
screaming at whomever watches this is screaming at us.
It's
I
one
know,
of the
right?
12 that are watching us.
All 12 people. Black Widow actress. It is Scarlett Johansson. There you go.
Yeah, I loved her acting. I love the person who played Loki, Tom Hiddleston. Wait, yeah. I don't know. This is one of the first movies that really got me into the Marvel universe, just because like I was never really a big movie watcher or comic book reader, but like I went to go see it in the theaters, and it just something that started, it clicked, and I just you know I loved it, and I just kind of got hooked, I guess you could say. So I mean, then like the the Age of Ultron and then Civil War are definitely close.
Alright.
They're like favorite.
All right.
I'm gonna go.
You're gonna go.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
Sharon, are you done?
Yeah.
All right.
So mine is one that is the newest Marvel movie, and it's Captain America: Civil War. How can we like not love Captain America: Civil War? Come on, the introducing of Black Widow, or no, sorry, not Black Widow, Black Panther, Black Panther, and somebody that we've been waiting for a very, very long time, Spider-Man. Come on,
Yep.
Spider-Man's finally home, coming with Thor and Captain America, and he's gonna be part of the Avengers.
Don't forget that controversy over the voice.
You know what? Don't forget about that. Forget about that. You know what? Just to have Spider-Man in with the Avengers is magical. It's everybody's dream. A comic book fans' wet dream. Yep. So with the casting in this movie, bring back all the original characters from the Avengers and Captain America, Thor, everything, rewrite and putting them against each other, using a very good formula. And one of the greatest, arguably one of the greatest villains in the Marvel EMU, coming at like of all time, is definitely Baron Zemo. He did not have to be a superpowered villain to take on the Avengers, right? And everybody thought. Pardon?
I never saw the movie, so I don't know.
So he didn't have to be he didn't have to be a superpowered villain to take on the Avengers. Most of the villains, for the exception of Loki, of the MCU's villains tend to be one-dimensional, power-mad sociopaths that only function as an antagonist on the hero's journey and will end up being defeated at the end. Technically, Zemo won in the end. Maybe not won. You know what? He did win, because of the ending scene with Captain America fighting Iron Man.
Well,
So
here to discuss.
that's what his whole plan was, to put the Avengers against each
yeah,
other.
he literally just tore them apart. Sorry.
He tore the Avengers apart. That's what his goal was, right? And pit them against each other. So
Can I make a comment really quickly?
go ahead.
I just want to point this out. I never saw the movie, but from what I heard, this is the one thing I took up issue with the movie. They did not kill off Captain America like they did in the comics.
Spoiler.
Who hasn't seen it by now? besides my
I know
crew.
lots of people who
Me?
have it.
Yo, I was waiting for it to come out on Netflix because like they put the other two, so
Here's my problem. They didn't kill off Captain America like they did in the comics.
Captain America 1.
good.
Oh yeah, like ideologically he won, but
Well, I mean, the thing is, this isn't comic books. This is
No,
this is a different universe. Like,
I'm just
if
saying-
you go,
Yeah,
if you
but
go, sorry, what?
okay, yeah, but it's still a good ending.
Oh yeah, obviously. I mean,
Like, that's my one gripe.
I'm not gonna lie. I would have really liked to see, Bucky become Cap, like he did in the
No.
comic books.
No.
He did that, Michael, in the comics.
Yeah, he did that, but
I know
like
Winter Soldier became Captain America for a
Yep,
while.
yep.
And then
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 Captain America came back.
got brought back to life. That's besides the point.
Okay,
Go on.
so
I just wanted to bring that
all
up.
right,
'cause
next one. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Tyler.
you want?
Oh, okay.
Or Michael?
I guess I'll go.
Okay.
Okay.
I would say the first Avengers movie, but Sarin already said that.
Hey, you
So
can agree with me.
I'll pick my second favorite one, and this isn't necessarily a popular opinion amongst people that have seen the MCU. I like Thor a lot.
I haven't
Not
seen
popular opinion, but I really like Thor.
which one?
Which
The
one?
first, just Thor, just the first one. I really like Thor. I don't know. I just thought it was an enjoyable movie. I thought it was a fun movie. I equally like as much as I equally liked the first Iron Man movie, which most people agree is a masterpiece, or as good as it could have been. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to say. Those are popcorn movies for me. I don't think a whole lot about them. They're just enjoyable movies.
Okay.
So I don't have a whole lot of input there like you guys did. Just enjoyable movies. That's it.
Yeah.
So
All
I
right.
don't have much to say. Ty, you can go ahead.
Okay. Mine is gonna have to be one that didn't come out like too long ago, but it's probably my favorite MCU movie. It sure made me laugh a lot, and that's Ant-Man. That's Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's good.
Ant-Man, man, like that was a really funny movie. I didn't know much about like Ant-Man like before seeing it. I knew he was a part of like a founding Avenger and stuff, but didn't really know anything about like the Scott Lang Ant-Man, and I thought Paul Rudd is like the perfect Ant-Man. I'm happy he was included in Civil War, but I just thought he nailed the part. I liked that one guy's name, Carlos Pena, as like the sidekick. It was pretty cool. It kind of reminded me like the final part with like a GTA 5 heist where you have to like get everyone set up and like they're breaking in. But like I don't know, there was something about it that just made it my favorite. It was just really like I don't know. It was really like laid back, and I don't know. I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed like the fights. I just enjoyed everything about it. Like Baskin Robbins, we'll always find out. That line really made me laugh. But seeing it in theaters was like really cool because he's not really like one of the big ones. He's no Thor. He's no Captain America. It's not the Avengers, of course. It's just Ant-Man. And like me thinking about it, it's like Ant-Man, really? Out of all the heroes they could have made, why couldn't they make like a better Spider-Man movie? Why couldn't they make another Iron Man movie or whatever? But they chose to go with Ant-Man. And like I'm glad I got to see Ant-Man because I didn't really think much of it at the time, but it truly blew me away. Yeah. I don't know if anyone else has something to say. I'm just surprised no one else said Ant-Man.
No, I'm gonna go.
I never saw it.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, Ant-Man was not that great of a movie, honestly, in my opinion. I mean, it was cool to see him, but did he really deserve his own movie?
Yeah.
No.
Pretty awesome.
You know who deserved
I think there's enough Ant-Man material to warrant his own movie.
You know who deserved a movie more than him?
Black Widow.
Exactly. Black Widow. You know who else would have been a cool solo movie?
Who?
I would say give it to Vision. Honestly.
Really?
Vision would be a really cool.
Now,
Yeah, but I feel like
that's
he's too
interesting.
sophisticated though to like.
If we're
have
going
his
by
own movie.
comic books,
think about,
if you picked it, See, like if they had not rushed the creation of Vision in Age of Ultron, they could have set up to be like in the comic books. Ultron created Vision to destroy the Avengers.
Um,
Yeah,
That's
how
why
that
he.
worked out.
okay.
Cause like if
Well,
they
what
would have.
about I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What about what are your thoughts on the Black Panther movie?
He doesn't. I don't know if he deserves one.
Yeah, yeah, I have mixed feelings on that too. I
I
think
mean,
I hope it'll be good.
I hope they put. Honestly, I really hope they put Captain America with him. Him and Captain
Yeah,
America have had some great comic book material together,
yeah, yeah, they have plenty of material
and,
together.
I'm really hoping that Thor Ragnarok is gonna be a good movie. Cause I mean, Thor is my favorite, but I gotta say, Thor can't carry a movie on his own. He can't.
Yeah,
What they could do to make a good Thor movie? What do people want to see when they go to? Well, at least what do I want to see when I go
Thor
to see a movie?
Smash.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see Lord of the Rings, Helm's Deep battle. Okay, I want to
Yeah.
see Helm's Deep. That's what I want to see.
Exactly.
I want to see high fantasy. I want to. The only issue with that is that nowadays is that they would use a lot of CGI, which at this point in time I can live with. CGI has gotten to the point that it's good enough
Yeah.
if they put the effort in. I would if they would have to put the effort. I'm not asking for Gollum, but I'm asking for something good. You know.
I could see that. Well,
This is the entire movie. Forget a storyline. Like have a basic storyline, and just have the entire thing basically be Helm's Deep-esque big battle, or the ride of the Rohirrim again from Lord of the Rings. So, you know,
yeah.
um, uh, it'll hopefully be good.
All right. So I mean, we should just cut it short there.
I don't think we really have too much else to add.
Alright, so our next one is the best DC movie in general. Like not
Yeah,
because
not
there's
not the
not
DC
enough there's not
individual.
enough things to go by,
There's
and
not enough good stuff to
basically
go
all
by.
there's not enough movies to go by, and basically all DCU movies are not great.
Yeah, well, none of them are great.
No,
At best, they're good.
yeah, I bet the best one is gotta be Suicide Squad. You know what? No, but Man of Steel. Gotta say, just
Oh,
get that out
you're
of the way.
on some toes there.
What?
You're probably stepping on some toes there.
You know what? Suicide Squad was good, but I mean, it's not a masterpiece. Like, that would have saved DC. Honestly,
If
I
it
think
wasn't
it's given
rushed.
credibility.
yeah, it would have saved DC, but it didn't. So,
The
No,
only thing good
I
about
think it's giving
Suicide
them
Squad
credibility I think it's giving them credibility to say, well, at least we didn't make a complete mess this time.
yeah. All right. So, we'll start with that. Who do you want? I'll go with. I'll let Tyler start this time.
Alright, my favorite DC movie probably has to be the first 1989 Batman. There's something about it.
Was that the Tim Burton?
That's the first Tim Burton one, yeah, with
Okay.
the Jack Nicholson Joker.
Okay.
There's something about that one that just like I really do believe that like Bruce Wayne is like just a baller and he's like pimping and he's very suave. And like I don't know, there's something that Michael Keaton like his vibe about him being in Batman, like he's very elegant and he's very smooth with the women. And I don't know, I like that in a Batman. When I want to see like Batman, I want to see this cool playboy, and I want to see this guy is like a player and see how many girls he can get with. And I just feel him as Batman was like really cool. And like he didn't have like the big old voice like, "Oh, I'm Batman." He was just, "I am Batman," and he beat the crap out of those guys. And like Jack Nicholson's Joker is amazing. Like he's really funny, but he can also be serious and deranged at the same time. He takes like the Cesar Romero Joker and the Heath Ledger Joker, and it's like a mix of the both. And that's why I enjoy him. I like it when he shoots down like the Batwing in just like one shot, and It's really cool how he just pulls the big old gun out of his pants and just shoots them. And he's just unpredictable is the best word to say, because he does anything to get a laugh and does anything to shock anyone. I just really do like that about him. And the Batman is great. Not too much. There's no villains. It's basically just Batman versus the Joker, and I'm alright with that. Like, it's great all around. When he's not Batman, he's Michael Keaton is great as Bruce Wayne, and when he is Batman, he's probably one of my favorite Batmans of all time. But that's all I have to say.
Alright, so I'm gonna go with a DC animated movie.
Oh,
Yeah, I never
Oh.
said that you couldn't do that.
Luke Skywalker as.
Just wait. I'm gonna say the one that recently just came out.
No.
The Killing Joke.
Oh,
No.
is
The
that
ki-
good?
The
Is that
Killing Joke was a very
Read the
well
comic.
made movie,
No.
as well as the comic book. It went. They
Comic book.
they adapted it straight from the comic book. It was a great. They
Yeah.
added a couple lines here and there.
No. The first like 30 minutes is added on to make
Hey,
it a longer run time. But it's,
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, they made the comic book. Sorry. They just okay. If you disinclude the 30 minutes in the beginning that make really no sense, it's filler saying, oh yeah, oh hey look, Bruce Wayne and Barbara Gordon had sex. Cool. That's the whole. That's the whole 30 minutes. That's it. That's all it is. So, but when it comes down to the meat and potatoes of it, it's a great movie. It adapts everything just perfectly. The flashback of the Joker, his mysterious past of him being a failed comedian, of him going to trying to do the bank heist or steal from Ace Chemicals to get money back for his wife and his child that was on the way, but they had died, and that had started to make him go slightly insane. He started to refuse to do the job. They made him do it. So at that point, he put on the Red Hood costume that everybody knows that's into Batman knows. Before Joker became the Joker, he was the Red Hood. Put on the Red Hood costume. Couldn't see. Accidentally fell into the vat of acid. Crawled out of the sewer, and became the Joker. It was Batman's fault for not saving him.
Well, it depends on what incarnation of Batman. Some actually did try to save him.
Yeah, that's what he did. He tried to save him in this. He failed. He was Batman's
putting your
creation.
arm out, man.
What?
Putting your arm out and just being like, oh, I could have got you. He didn't really make an effort. He just put his arm out and he like, grab it.
Just wait. Don't try and say that one of the best
Credit
Batman
for it, Peter.
Batman storylines of all time is bad. Don't even.
I'm
say
not.
this.
I'm not saying.
Hey,
I'm not
hey,
saying it's
hey.
bad.
And it shows the Joker's flashbacks very well as the ending of them both going insane, laughing, is great. There you
And
go.
ambiguous.
That part is really good, yeah.
It's great.
But like,
And,
It's
and,
also-
and I would just like to say, shout out to Mark Hamill, my man, best Joker of all time,
Luke Skywalker. Huh?
my dude. Okay, go ahead. My
Sharon, go ahead. I'm going to be
Sarah.
back momentarily.
Sarah, go ahead.
I need to go. I zoned out.
Okay, go ahead.
I zoned out and I don't know what's going on.
We're doing the best DC movie.
Oh, and definitely like I love the Dark Knight Rises. I don't know. It's like the first. Oh no, that's not the first Batman movie I remember seeing. 'Cause, like I've watched a lot of them. Like it's the one that I love the most, you know. And I don't know why I love it. I just do, and can't remember who plays Batman in that.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like he did a good job, and you know how. I am thinking the right movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know how like Batman's all like hurt and like weak and everything and old.
Not really.
I guess you could say. Wait, is it, hold on. Sorry, it's been
Yeah, like-
forever.
Crippled, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets crippled by Bane.
Yeah,
Boy, does he
and,
get...
like he goes through so much crap, you know.
I mean,
And,
Bane
I mean,
was literally a really crappy villain.
he was. Didn't take a lot to take him down, you know, after they knew what to do.
You know what? Bane has been better portrayed in the Arkham video games.
He's been better portrayed in the freaking Batman Forever or
Exactly.
Batman and Robin.
Wait,
Batman
did I hear
Ice.
Batman and Robin? Did
No, we're
I
making
hear
fun of
ice
it. We're making
puns?
fun of it. We're making fun of it. Don't worry.
I want ice puns. I want
Okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger making ice puns.
All right, Michael, it's your go because Sarin didn't really have reasoning of why she liked The Dark Knight Rising.
I just like it.
Like,
I
she
mean, I
didn't
don't
have
really
any
put a lot of
reasoning.
thought into stuff.
It's a good movie.
It
I
is a
wouldn't
good
say that.
I have okay. Okay.
I mean, can I say Suicide Squad because it was really funny?
Sure. I mean, you can change your.
Yeah,
answer.
sure, but
Yo, that Slipknot character really blew my mind.
For
Yo,
me,
hey, the Enchantress. Best.
That she was cool.
You know what? Best villain of all time. Just kidding, because she had no depth to her.
She didn't.
She
but
was
I mean,
fair.
I love the
Hey,
costumes.
Hey, look.
She was a waste.
Hey, look. Is that you, brother? We have no explanation on you coming to the subway, but is that you, brother? Better transform you into a god. So.
Yo, and
That is true.
El Diablo just dying. Like there
I
was no like,
know.
there was just like nothing to it. It was
El
just
Diablo
like,
didn't die. He's still alive.
to
oh,
be honest, I really can't take Will Smith serious in anything.
Will
No,
Smith
no,
was
he-
great.
he
in the
He did a
movie.
good Deadshot though.
yeah, he was a good Deadshot. Like if they
No, I'm
made
not
it,
saying he did a bad job. I'm just saying I can't take him serious.
if they put like Deadshot in like Arrow or Flash, I'd totally watch it.
You know what else? You know what? A good one would be a Batman versus Deadshot movie.
Yeah, why? Come on, DC, we're writing movies for you. Like,
DC.
Well, we'll pitch the ideas to their boards.
Yeah.
For me, I have to say the first Christopher Reeve Superman movie.
Which one was that?
Hmm?
Was it just called
that was
Superman?
just
That was
yeah.
like the 80s or late 70s, I think.
Yeah.
The Christopher Reeve Superman.
Okay.
The-
Who did
the
he
first-
fight in the? Did he fight Zod?
I don't.
Here, wait. I can search it up.
I forget.
Yeah.
I honestly forget that one.
Regardless, that was the movie. But aside from that movie, was the first one that really tried to take comic books seriously.
Very true.
Because before that, what did we have? Adam West.
Hey.
I know, I'm not saying it's bad. I
Whoa.
love Adam West. I love him to death. I'm going to be very sad when he passes away because he's getting very old now.
Adam West will live forever in our hearts.
He and Stan Lee will become gods.
What do you mean become? They are
They are.
gods.
I'm gonna miss them when they pass away because they are getting old.
Yeah, Stanley's 93.
They are getting very old. So is I forgot his name.
Burt Ward.
The gentleman that played James Bond.
Oh, no.
Sean Connery?
Sean Connery?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's getting old as well.
Oh, yeah, he is.
But that's besides the point. That Superman movie was the first one that really took comics seriously. And as much as I love campiness with Adam West's Batman,
Some days you can't get rid of him.
it certainly wasn't the comic books.
Some days
God's
you just
sake,
can't get rid
Joker
of a
was a
bomb.
murderer. Like he was just an outright murderer then. This was the first one that really at least tried to take comics seriously. It was the first one that really introduced comics into the mainstream. You know?
Yes, that is correct.
And I think it came around the perfect time because the time it came around, the kids who had grown up watching Adam West or had grown up reading comics that like the golden age era of comics, they were now in their 20s, 30s, maybe early 40s, and now they were watching, now they could watch Superman, who arguably launched comics into popularity alongside Batman and other early superheroes
Captain America.
into popularity. And here you are. This is the first time Superman's really been realized on the big screen. There was, if my memory serves me correctly, a television show, black and white, which never gained a whole lot of popularity, but it was there. So, but this was the first time we really saw a serious depiction. And and it just kind of went all downhill from there. And then, of course, Christopher Reeves got his back broken.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, passed away several years. Passed away sometime later. Um, Passed away recently, if I recall correctly, like a few years ago.
In 2004, he died. But,
2004? Okay,
yeah.
10 years. 12 years ago then. All right. For some reason, I was thinking 2007. I must be thinking of someone else. Um, but yeah, unfortunately he passed away. So
Yes.
that's about it.
Yeah.
I apologize for my stutter. Um, it is arguably the single most influential um comic book movie because all comic book movies afterwards follow a similar formula. You know, whether you
I
hmm?
Oh no, I was just gonna say something about the Killing Joke.
Oh, okay. No, but like,
Um,
well,
yeah,
live action comic book movies followed the similar formula, whether it be Tim Burton's Batman, Christopher Nolan's Batman, um, the three recent DCMU movies, even Marvel movies follow a similar formula. Although they're a little bit more campy, so they draw more on Adam West's Batman, I'd say. Um, that's really all I have to say. Mostly on its influence, I think it's a solid movie. Not the
yeah.
great. It's not the greatest comic book movie, but it's the most influential in my opinion.
I just want to say something about the Killing Joke. I feel like it should have been more of a TV special because those 30 minutes, like, I dreaded those like 30 minutes. Like, it was terrible. Like, it just made me feel like weirded out that like Batman and like Batgirl were like hooking up, and he always felt like a father figure to me. And then for them to do that, it just kind of messed with me, and it just felt really, really weird. And I did not like it at all. And
He is a
like if
playboy. He is a playboy.
yeah, but like if you think about it, like
No, I see where you're coming from because, like, hey, that's your friend's daughter. I see.
yeah,
I mean,
and like I never saw him like that, but it just it was
otherwise,
really
otherwise it was good.
yeah. Otherwise, like it was good. I'd still read the comic and watch the thing, but that's just me. Yeah.
Alright, so our next
Dude,
question, this is our
fine,
surprise
finale.
question. Our finale, surprise finale. This one is this is a blind fight. Nobody knows what they're choosing here.
All right. Oh, so it's a versus
Yes.
thing. All
Tell
right.
us tell me what the best movie is of all time in your opinion.
Ooh. Ooh.
It doesn't have to
Okay.
be critically acclaimed. Nothing of that sort.
Okay. Just solidly, in your opinion,
Yep,
best
your opinion.
movie of all time.
Yep.
Who
Wow.
would go first?
Uh, I'm not.
Sarah, you'd like to go?
Eh.
Colton?
Alright,
Everyone's thinking.
Alright, I'm a go
Sorry, like
ahead.
I'm sick and my throat
All right. All right.
hurts to
Sarah.
talk. So
All right, Sarah. We'll give you a bit.
I'm gonna
Colton.
go ahead and I'm gonna say the best movie of all time, in my opinion, is gotta be. I'm gonna go with Twins.
Mm. Uh, you have your two favorite actors,
One and two of my favorite actors of all time.
and you really like Danny
Danny
DeVito and
DeVito
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
and Arnold Schwarzenegger. This movie, um, this movie reinstated Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito's career. You know what? I gotta say, it made them quite a bit of money. Schwarzenegger and DeVito both agreed with the studio to take 20% of the film's box office. This resulted in them giving their biggest paychecks of their movie careers. This is the biggest budget. Like, this is the biggest pay that they've ever got.
Yeah.
Right? The plot about this is, Julius Benedict and Vincent Benedict are fraternal twins, the result of a secret experiment carried out through the genetics laboratory that combined DNA of six fathers to produce the perfect child. To the surprise of scientists, the embryo split and the twins were born. the mother, Mary Ann Benedict, told that Julius died at birth and was not told about Vincent at all. Vincent was placed in an orphanage run by the nuns or by nuns in Los Angeles, and believes his mother had abandoned him. With no one but himself to rely on, Vincent escaped the orphanage and became an independent, small-time crook. Julius was raised on a South Pacific island by Professor Werner, and he told his mother died in childbirth. Each is unaware of each other's existence. On Julius's 35th birthday, Werner tells him that he has a twin brother. Julius leaves the island to find his brother. Julius discovers that Vincent lives in LA and eventually tracks him down in jail for unpaid parking tickets. And yeah, so like that's basically the whole plot of the movie. They have to go and they reestablish themselves. They have to go learn like what they are like how they will fit in with each other. Like how to reinstate how they would have grown up with each other with some great comedy thrown in there. So there you go.
All right. I guess I'll go. Let those two gather some steam. Now, there are a lot of classics that I could pick from just to be cheap. Citizen Kane, what was it, 12 Angry Men? Or was it 10? I can't remember the title off the top of my head. And, and so on. Although recently, even though it's not critically acclaimed, I have to say Django Unchained. I really like Django Unchained. And honestly, it is, for what it is, I think it's very well done. And it is the best Western to come out in probably decades. You know? And we don't see Westerns anymore. Everyone knows this. We don't see Westerns anymore. Because the genre is pretty much dead. And here is Django Unchained, maybe taking itself a little too seriously, but the actors all did a solid job. Leonardo DiCaprio giving it his all, as always. It's just a solid, good, enjoyable movie. And I can't find any reason not to like it. Maybe some parts were a little too fictionalized. I'm a history buff, so some parts were a little too fictionalized. But I still enjoy the movie. I think it's one. I think it's one of I forgot the director's name. I always forget directors' names. That was one of his better movies. I think it's better than Kill Bill. But that's besides the point. I hate forgetting his name, but I always forget directors' names. A close second, or even arguably, I favorite more to some extent is Zulu, and that again falls into historical fiction, and and Zulu is a retelling of the Battle of Rorke's Drift during the Anglo-Zulu War, and the whole situation is that the Zulus have destroyed a British imperial army. They smashed in. The Zulus almost have no guns. They're fighting with hide shields, spears, and short swords, and they annihilate a British army through a surprise attack. An army is a bit of an exaggeration. I think it was like less than 1,000 men, but I'd have to look to some statistics. But they destroy a British force, and so the stragglers and men who are part of the engineering corps and the health corps, not the health corps, the basically medical staff are all left at this position called Rorke's Drift, and so they hold up in this little outpost as the Zulu army advances, and they hold out and they defeat the Zulus. Historically, it was not the entirety of the Zulu army. It was a contingent of the army which kind of went rogue and invaded British territory, the British army that the Zulus had defeated, was in their territory, so they saw that as defending themselves. They were not supposed to invade British territory. The gentleman in charge of the Zulu army or that contingent disobeyed orders and he attacked, got his ass kicked. Whilst the movie Zulu is most certainly it has its fictionalized moments, but as a movie, those fictionalized moments serve to make it a stronger story. So, you know, and when the big battle does finally come, and it's been building up the entire movie, it's solemn almost, especially the moment right before they're going to fight. The Zulus start singing war chants. They start singing, and the British in turn also start singing. And God damn it, I had the name of the song in my head and I forgot it again, and my memory's just gone today. Regardless, both sides start singing, and it's right before they fight, and it's almost a battle of song. It's a battle of song. They're two different cultures now meeting in battle without any bloodshed, and after the Zulus start singing, they charge. And after the battle, it's still a very solemn moment. There, you don't see any cries of victory. You don't see celebration. The British are they're just amazed that they survived. So, and the remainder of the Zulu army in the movie then appears, and the British think they're going to wipe them out. They're going to finish them off. But the Zulus, they salute them. They perform. They sing again, and they chant, and they do kind of a dance, and then they salute them with their swords and spears. And the British, that one of the British soldiers says to his comrade that I believe the line was, "They're saluting fellow braves." And it's a somber moment of two different armies, despite having fought each other, despite having been on different sides, they respect one another and they respect each other's bravery. And for a movie from the 60s, when you would think there would be a rampant racism in the movie, people constantly berating the Zulus for being black and so on and so forth, but you don't see too much. You see a lot of admiration for the Zulus as a people. Whenever someone does make a racist comment, there's always someone else to smack it down. One particular scene is where a British soldier makes a comment about the ability of the British Army to march very fast, and so one of the men says, "How fast can you march?" I believe he said like 10 miles or something like that, and the other soldier said 10 miles. The Zulus can run 20 miles and fight a battle afterwards. So,
So Tyler.
oh,
sorry.
so no. I'm pretty much done. I would say those are equal in terms of the greatest movies of all time for me.
Okay, Tyler.
My favorite movie of all time, mine would have to be Fight Club with Edward Norton and Brad Pitt. The first time I saw this, I didn't know anything about the book, nothing. But when I was watching it, like it really plays with your brain, and your like brain it just really screws up your head, and it just I don't know how to explain Fight Club. It takes you for a trip. Let's just say that it's really different. I enjoy it that Edward Norton, like what Edward Norton's character goes through is really cool, and I like how he has to like deal with Tyler, and then Project X or Project Mayhem, and Marla, all of those. And so it's cool how he deals with these situations, but as we all know, Tyler is just a figment of his imagination from him just going insane. And and so it's funny to see how he finally realizes that in the end of the movie. And it's really weird how he ends up with Marla, the one chick he hated. And it's just I really do like the opening part of the movie where he's going to the talk, like the support groups for like cancer and stuff when he doesn't even have it himself. And I enjoy when he like meets Tyler for the first time and they fight outside the bar. And then other people start joining, and then they finally develop the Fight Club, and then Fight Club turns into this thing called Project Mayhem, which it does take a turn for the worse. Members get killed, and just a bunch of crazy stuff happens. And if you are like trying to find Easter eggs if you like trying to find Easter eggs in movies, there's a ton of them in here. Like, what they did is they hid like uh, quick frames of like porn in there. So if you pause at the right moment, you might see like a big ol' wiener on your screen. Cause you can see one at the end, like, and you
Why
can
do you
you can
care?
totally see it. I don't know it because it references in the movie that because Tyler Durden did it in a kids film in the movie, and it kind of just bases it off of that, uh, and then it's weird how it shows you how like Tyler was there the whole time. He was there in like his office, and I don't know. He was in a bunch of places at our main character's house, and it just like kind of recaps at the end of the movie like where Tyler was during our I think his name is Jack in the book, so in Jack's life. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I feel like Fight Club is just a like I don't know, it's pretty underrated. It's shown a lot on TV actually, but like I just feel like it's underrated because I don't know. It's just when I talk to people, I'm like, "Have you seen Fight Club?" And most of them are like, "No," and they're truly missing out because it is a great film.
Cool. Well, you know what? Good. So I think this will close up our podcast for today, at least. And yeah. Oh, before I forget, I'm gonna plug Tyler, and his YouTube name is
Oh yeah.
Dizastasamurai. Go subscribe to his channel. He
That that
does.
that shameless plug.
You know what?
Hey man,
I
I'm
gotta
not.
thank him. I gotta thank him for being on and being a nice dude and actually coming on the show. Cause you know it's
I could have slept through this, and I could have been like, none of you guys texting me.
there you go. So thank you, Tyler, for coming on.
You're welcome, buddy.
And this is Rogue Serenity signing off. Bye from Colton.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's a